Hello, welcome back. My name is Kythar, and this is my channel, Kytharian. And we're back in Skyrim. You'll notice that there is no load or continue. After I recorded a few more videos, and there were just so many mod disasters. So I won't be uploading those ones. And I'll probably keep the current ones up in the series so that, people don't make the same mistake. But I fixed all the mods, tested them, everything works, no weapon disappearing or craziness of that matter. So yeah, starting square one. It's gonna be amazing for the sheer fact that it actually works. We're going to just, well, I don't see a lot of people make high elves. So, we're gonna make a high elf. But they're so tall. I don't know, I'm weird like that. I don't like being taller than everybody else. Be Argonian. Could be interesting. Or Khajiit. But no. We will make an orc. A red guard. We could make a red guard. Red guard's a possibility, or we could just be the traditional Nord. But I mean, who wants to do that? No, we'll be a Brenton. No, we won't. You know, we'll just stick with what we made the first time. Might as well just continue from there. And yep, that looks good. That's our guy. Just kidding. That's gonna be our guy. We're gonna get rid of the scars and the war paint because we can always add it in later. Alright, and eye color. Whoa. That looks good. I'm satisfied with that. And that. And that. The hair. We need to do something about his hair. We'll have short hair. Just being some average Joe. That's our, it's gonna be kind of our story for our character. Now I know that we picked a crazy vampire start. Yeah, average Joe. Last time, just because we did it before, I'm gonna pick it again. I mean, just to stick with what we have already been going with. I mean, I think that's fair. I mean, the only reason why we stopped doing it was because of mods and or actually what we really did pick was surprise me, so we could just go ahead and do that again. Ooh, the sensitivity is insane. We're gonna get that's deadly dragons, even though there's no dragons. Expert. Yeah. Where is it? I'm looking for... Oh my goodness, where is it? Ah, Dovahkiin relaxes too. We want all those powers gone, so we don't have to look at them. And we're gonna save and load, because that's one of the problems from jumping right into it. Some of the mods didn't get activated properly, so you have to save and load, and then we should see some more activate. Yep, immersive armors. Alright, I think we're good. We're good to go.
Approach, my child, and choose where your new life shall begin.
I have approached. We're gonna do surprise me, because that's what we did.
Leaving your life to chance, so be it.
And we will see what happens to us. I don't think we have anything. And we're gonna put these on favorites because we know what they are. Now Imperials, because of why am I okay? Because of Skyrim and the new race perks, I'm really good at commanding followers. I can give them buffs, which is interesting. So we can turn into some sort of leader. Who knows? Let's see where Surprise Me is going to take me this time. And... interesting. Now, something I did notice is that the journal... It sounds Skyrim. Okay. The journal actually will tell us what is going on in our lives. I have no idea where I am, or why I'm here. Strange, this ring. I feel as though a weight has been lifted from my mind. Necromancers! What do they want with me? Got to get out of here. So I got a ring. Ring of nullification. Ooh. We got a dagger. So, yeah. I don't think we were supposed to wake up from... I'm just gonna steal all their stuff. Yeah. I don't think we were supposed to wake up. So we're just gonna... Yes, I'm looting while we're trying to escape.
What is the meaning of war? Is it an opportunity for triumph, or evidence of our greatest failure?
What?
Ours is to vanquish the unliving, but is that the true path? Is our way, our world, something worth saving? Answer my query, stranger, and I will know the difference between triumph and failure. Answer my query, and I will tell you if wars have any meaning.
What? Okay. The world is worth saving. I'm going to save it. Wars are senseless slaughter, and Skyrim is irredeemable. Blood and battle are proof of life. War is good for the soul. I don't care for Riddle Swamp Breath. Seeing how we just woke up and we have no idea where we are, I'm not really a savior. I don't want to be a savior. I'm just trying to get out. Wars are senseless slaughter and Skyrim is in. Well, I'm gonna pick the first option.
Answer me!
Whoa. No, not if you're going to yell.
I apologize, but others may not afford you such a courtesy. This is not a time for thin skin or hesitation.
Okay, so it took me back to the menu. Oh man. Wars are senseless, slaughter in Skyrim is irredeemable. Blood and battle are proof of life. War is good for the soul. Hmm. I'm gonna pick war is senseless.
Then it is as I feared. The people have lost the very hope that is our salvation. And perhaps I too may have counted myself among them.
Oh, you did?
That is, before your arrival.
What?
A dark messenger. One final temptation to test my faith. Yours is not an opinion I agree with. The war I fight may not be a triumph, but hers was a death that could not be avoided.
What is the war you're referring to? What quest are you on?
For the last 2 years, I have embarked on a single road. Ours was to walk its twists and turns, overcome its many obstacles. All the while believing that if I followed it to the end, I would find redemption. Only it appears the road ends here. In this hollow cave, with the corpse of the child I was asked to save. It was rumored that the child left for Eastmarch to join the Stormcloaks in defiance of the father's alignment with the Empire. For a lord's house, the truth was far more incriminating. And for a loving father, one far more heartbreaking.
This guy is really creepy.
Thus the Lord could not trust anyone, save an Argonian prisoner. One guilty of the child's same crime. Vampirism.
You said you were guilty of vampirism, yet you don't look like a vampire. I'm gonna teach you some manners. This appears to be a necromancer hideout, not a vampire lair. Follow me, I need your help. Yeah, I can... What? He doesn't look like a vampire, so... Yeah, I'm gonna ask this question.
Yes, the skin, eyes, and fangs are telltale signs. But some men can't be sure the same is true for other races. I was staying at an inn near the border when one of the local Nords decided to take offense with my presence. His was to challenge me to a brawl. And when I refused, he accused me of being a vampire.
Oh, that's just rude. Yeah.
The word was toxic. That morning, 2 bodies were found outside, torn to shreds. Unrecognizable masses, if not for the bones and teeth. Things were tense around the village, and the guards were in a hurry to solve the case and placate the locals. I made an easy scapegoat. Locked in that cell for days, I began to starve. Not for blood, but for food. Theirs was to offer me bread in exchange for a confession. It was better to die by the axe than starvation, but few can stomach either. So I did what all mortals do when there is no logical escape.
What?
I prayed.
Oh.
To Julianos for temperance, to Stendar for mercy, to Mara for love.
Aww.
When I awoke the next morning, my cage was gone, as was my hunger.
Wait. The Jarl heard the evidence. The gods are great. That's what it sounds like, but it's you said this was a quest. Committed no crime. Plants that are currently in use for currency. This is just insulting. The Jarl heard the evidence and exonerated you. The system works. I'm gonna say the divine. That's what it sounds like. No one, because from his story, what he could be lying though.
Not quite. But they granted me the resolve to persevere, so that I could give those who would aid me time to arrive. This is how the divines act. Not through direct force, but through a subtle nudge, an encouraging word, or a favorable wind.
Who freed you from prison? Good question.
The night before, I was paid a visit by a man, his face shrouded by the hood of his robe. In his arms he cradled an urn, filled with the dust of a vampire. The dust was to be scattered around my cell, as proof of my demise. I knew not how much coin he had passed to my jailers, but it was enough to carry on with the ruse. Outside the barracks, a carriage awaited us both. It took us to a nearby chateau, where I would meet my true employer.
Oh.
When they brought me before the house lord, I told him I did not kill those men. He told me he already knew. The real murderer was his own kin.
What?
He asked me if it was true about vampires, if they formed clans, family. He wanted to know if I knew where his daughter had fled. I told him no, but I could find her. After all, I was a hunter, a member of the Order of the Virtuous Blood. So I told him why I came to Skyrim and my desire for penance.
This guy's
Then
super
he made an offer.
interesting.
A second chance for him, his daughter, and for me.
Aw. Was it a form of penance? What crime did you commit? What will you do now?
Ours is to wait here for more of her brethren. The girl may have taken a liking to some of them, and chosen to infect rather than kill. If you are in need of a companion, however, I will be honored to journey with you on your quest.
Companion. Right off the bat. That's amazing. This appears to be a necromancer hideout, not a vampire there. Yeah, I'll ask that question.
Vampire dens have always been notoriously easy to track. Theirs is to cling to the fringes of a major hold, close to the road where traders pass. That is where a runaway vampire would seek shelter amongst her kind. This one, however, had spent her entire life in the care of her noble parents. Hers was to run to where no one else could find her.
But she's dead now.
The caves and nooks where darker forces wish to carry on unseen.
How did you track the child down?
It was a hunch, but with nary a lead, ours was to rely on chance. So I listened for rumors of necromancy first, and vampires second. There was an argument at the Bee and Barb about some nefarious activity near Shore Stone. Some claimed
I really don't know the locations that he just mentioned.
others said vampires. Ours was to follow the lead here, to Boulderfall Cave. One could only pray to Arcade that our arrival was not too late.
I assume the bodies mean you were too late. So the lazy excuse for a god turned a blind eye to your plea, typical. I too would have prayed for her safety. You can't ransom a dead girl. Pray to RK is natural. The girl's safety was paramount. I'm gonna say the first option.
not exactly.
Uh-oh.
The child was still alive when I entered the cave. Not only alive, but healthy and smiling. Thus the Lord could not trust anyone. One of the bodies that lies here was once a highborn, the kin of a noble. My old friend Arlas had a saying. Sickness is a virtue. The healthier a vampire was, the more often he had fed. The girl left me no choice. Hers was an existence that lived to feed, to milk the blood of those around her, including the unfitting necromancers that took her on as an apprentice.
So given the girl's demise, what happens now?
Someday, I will return to that village and tell her father a lie. It is not one that can be told right away. I will tell him she was a sweet girl who ran to protect him. A girl who laughed, who danced, and who loved.
This story
A girl who sought a cure, and in the absence
is
of one,
sad.
took her own
Ridiculously
life.
sad.
Ours is to tell him she achieved everything we hoped to out of life in a quarter of the time.
We're gonna stop talking to him for a bit. So
Including the unfitting necromancers that took her on as an apprentice.
oh, I guess we're not done talking.
Someday, a girl, ours is to tell him she achieved everything we hoped to out of life. Quarter of the time.
Yeah, we're gonna stop talking to you. Apprentice Necromancer. So do I have, like, robes and stuff? I'm gonna wear his because they're... No, I like my hooded one. Nordmead. Oh, I didn't want the bucket. I didn't want that basket either. Is that guy leaving? I don't want him to leave. She's dead. Oh yeah, she was totally a vampire. Alright, his story checks out. Yep, saw that coming. He can't leave yet. You can't leave.
No.
No. We're gonna get our first follower. We're gonna have him follow us. And we're gonna be awesome pals forever and ever. I feel bad for the guy. Like, that was a saddening story. You, follow me.
Yours is to lead, ours is to follow.
Are you following? He's following. We got a follower. So... yeah, where are we? Okay, so I might have to fix this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix this. I'm just trying out a map mod and it's not really working. But we are at Boulderfall Caves, and it looks like we could just follow the path down here. But we will...
The rift reminds me of my wife. Hers was an Argonian with jewels on her horns, sunlight on her breath, and scales as vibrant as the autumn leaves.
This guy's so cool. Okay, so we got a companion among the Hist. And we'll end the episode here. I'll see you guys in the brand new official Let's Play of Skyrim. Take care.